Hello, this is Mentor Sabrina again, and in this video I will show you how to, instead of just drawing one square, to use a loop and draw a row of squares. So the first thing we need to do is import our turtle and name our turtle. I'm going to name it T because it's just faster. And now the other thing I want to do is make a variable. I'm going to call it side, but it's the side of the square. And I'm going to set it equal to 20 for now. The other thing I want to do is I want to set the width for pixel art purposes later on. I'm going to set the width of the line that I'm using when I draw to 1. And this is because when we're doing pixel art later, the squares ever so slightly in Python Mini will overlap. And if they overlap too much, then the pixel art's not going to look as good as it did before. So remember how we drew our square the first time. We fill it in, we write our loop, we tell it to move forward, and this time we're going to tell it to move forward by the side, which is the value we set, so this will move forward 20. And then we tell it to turn left or right, doesn't matter which, 90 degrees. And then we tell it to stop filling in. So when I run this code, you see that it drew me one square. Well, what if I want to draw 5 of these squares? Well, we already have the code to draw 1. Well, why not, instead of copying and pasting this over and over and over again, why not add another loop? So hit enter, click on the line before we start drawing the square, before begin fill, and hit enter. And create another loop. Use a different variable here. And let's do 5 squares. Now we have to put all of these lines of code inside this loop. So to do this, just click at the start of each line and hit tab once. So it looks like this. Now when I hit run, you'd think that it will draw 5 squares, correct? Well, it does draw 5 squares, but it draws them all on top of each other. To draw it so that they're next to each other, I have to add one more line of code after end fill. I have to tell my turtle to move forward by the amount, by this side variable. And see how now it drew me 5 squares all right next to each other. Now they're no longer overlapping. In the next video, I will show you how to use this to draw a square of squares, which is the start of pixel art.